Good afternoon, distinguished audience. My name is Seita Vesa, and it's an honor to deliver this inaugural lecture as part of my joint professorship in environmental law at the University of Eastern Finland Law School and in sustainability transformations at the Finnish Environment Institute Climate Solutions Unit. I've been with UF Law School or University of Joensuu and employed by the university for 20 years now. So it's been a long journey, and I've seen the law school grow from a staff of 30 or 40 to nearly 200 that it is today. And I've been with Syke for approximately 4 years and studied also abroad when I was doing my PhD and before that as well. My lecture entitled Legal Pathways to Sustainability from Emergence to Interdisciplinary Action engages with themes that shape our everyday lives and the decisions we make today and in the future in times of transformation. My lecture explores a legal perspective to sustainability transformation. So my lecture will broadly revolve around two themes, both drawn from my ongoing research in the field of my professorship as well as from the research projects that our work contribute to. After this introduction, I will provide for a broad perspective on my area of expertise, illustrating how law and legal systems are positioned in the sustainability transformation. After this, I will present a research agenda and that gives an insight into the different approaches that law can have to the study of sustainability transformations. In closing, I will emphasize how examining the role of law and legal systems in transformation is first and foremost a collaborative effort driven by active teams that foster multidisciplinary approaches. So sustainability transformation demands urgent and far-reaching changes across all key sectors of our society to protect the planet's capacity to sustain life as we know it. This transformation involves profound shift in how we as societies interact with the environment. This path towards sustainability must be both fair and designed to ensure long-term resilience and viability. Legal systems that consist of rules, procedures, institutions fundamental to the functioning of a society play a crucial role in this process as they underpin the core functions and values of society, including the protection of basic and fundamental rights. Thus, law is not only important to the transitions that are reshaping society, but also central to the broader sustainability transformation, which represents a radical societal shift. However, sustainability transformation represents also substantial changes to the core functions of law, particularly because law is traditionally focused on maintaining social stability rather than promoting rapid change. The values ingrained in our legal system have taken decades, if not centuries, to develop, making the legal system somewhat unprepared to handle swift and radical transformations. The sustainability transformation will not follow a straightforward linear path. It is in many parts unpredictable, whereas law aims to be predictable. Transformation cannot rely on only on individual legal instruments like climate laws or policy instruments like the Fit for 55 package or sector-specific efforts like the energy transition. While gradual legal reforms and the technological innovations are necessary, they will not suffice on their own. The actions required to meet sustainability targets must also be comprehensive enough to significantly impact all areas of social activity. Some legal disciplines, like environmental law, climate law, or energy law, are inherently geared towards addressing challenges of transformation given their substantive focus. We have important legal frameworks within these legal fields established to ensure the implementation of our key sustainability goals. These legally mandated sustainability targets, especially on climate change, biodiversity loss, and pollution, aim to be collective and interconnected pillars of the transformation. However, the structure of our current legal system means that the progress for one target often relies on legally mandated action and implemented progress for another target, sometimes hindering synergistic and genuinely comprehensive decision-making for sustainability. The scale and pace of the transformation also introduce social tensions and raise questions of fairness, among others. There's perhaps a need to embed new values in the legal system, values that may sometimes conflict with those it has traditionally protected. For example, prioritizing scarcity over growth, preservation over fair resource distribution, or restricting activities that were previously explicitly allowed by law are fundamental. These are examples of fundamental dilemmas that closely interact with core values and principles of our legal system. Sustainability transformation also demands a broad social acceptance and support from various stakeholders, together with legal legitimacy supported by the formal role of law. In this context, sustainability transformation places significant demands on law and the legal system. At the same time, there's still a lack of comprehensive understanding about the role of law and legal systems driving this transformation. This is where I, together with a group of colleagues from the Center of Climate Change, Energy and Environmental Law, hope to make a contribution. There are various ways to contribute to research on law, legal systems, and sustainability transformation. Many of these approaches are being developed and tested within the Sustainability Law Group at the UF Center for Climate Change, Energy and Environmental Law, which includes today nearly 100 researchers and now 12 professors. And like Anna-Lisa mentioned, we are among the biggest centers in the world currently in this field. In the following, I will identify 5 possible avenues for legal research in sustainability transformation, noting, however, that this is not an exhaustive list of approaches. First, we can adopt a multi-layered perspective by examining how legal instruments, such as laws, regulations, and court decisions, interact with the fundamental values of our legal system. This approach helps to identify tensions that can either drive, accelerate, or hinder transformation, allowing us to evaluate the different roles law plays in this process. For instance, transformation requires rethinking how scarce resources are used in economic activities. Tensions can easily arise when regulating the use of natural resources, such as forests, to meet the sustainability targets, especially when this regulation restricts previously unrestricted uses. For example, in Finland, debates around climate measures in the land use sector and forestry sector, and, for example, peatland regulation, have raised complex questions concerning property rights, right to profession, and EU-level competencies. These are the questions that we study in our research groups. This approach also calls for substantive research into individual legal instruments and their suitability in transformation, as well as it calls for new regulatory innovation and interventions necessary for sustainability transformation. The second point, sustainability law research involves a multi-level approach, as legal challenges and broader normative developments span across all levels of governance, from local to the global level. This is evident, for example, in debates around critical raw materials, which are essential for zero carbon societies, but also pose significant sustainability challenges across their global life cycle. The rapid deployment of these materials requires swift establishment of comprehensive regulatory frameworks at all levels of governance to address issues like resource dependency, societal aspects, and scarcity. This is an enormous task to develop within a couple of years, and the risk of merely replacing unsustainable fossil fuels with equally unsustainable raw materials is very real. To the third point, studying law and legal systems in the context of sustainability transformation encourages interdisciplinarity or almost demands it. This is evident in how areas like climate, energy, and environmental law integrate not only concepts from other legal fields, but also insights from entirely different disciplines and areas of expertise. The measures chosen to support sustainability transformation are closely tied to scientific questions, such as the time frame within which we can still act to prevent the catastrophic impacts of climate change or biodiversity loss. Sustainability transformation is fundamentally a science-based quest that requires science and lawmaking to mingle. The fourth approach introduces a horizontal perspective. Sustainability targets and the norms to implement them cannot be imposed on democratic welfare state without broad social acceptance. Laws governing transformation are only respected and followed when they are created, implemented, and enforced through fair, transparent, and recognized legal processes. When these processes are upheld, people are more likely to see these laws as legitimate and worthy of compliance. However, this condition is not always met. For example, while the Finnish legal system allows public participation in climate decision-making, there is no guarantee that this input is effectively integrated into substantive law or decisions based on those legal frameworks, risking the legitimacy of these regulatory choices. The last and fifth approach I would like to highlight is methodological. Sustainability transformation challenges not only law and legal systems, but also the foundations of legal scholarship, requiring a fundamental and systemic restructuring of legal thought. Legal scholars can restructure their tools and approaches for legal research for the study of societal challenges. Rethinking these methods can foster cross-disciplinary understanding and address the mentioned tensions in sustainability transformations. This brings me to my concluding thoughts. To summarize some of the point and the research agenda I presented. Transformation is a journey. It's a process where old patterns, structures, or behaviors are dismantled, making way for new ones. This phase is defined by uncertainty, experimentation, and adaptation. Transformation concludes when new state stabilizes, becomes fully integrated into the system, and is recognized as the new norm. Traditionally, legal system has been a stabilizing force, offering structure and predictability. Yet, as society undergoes rapid transformation, we must ask, how will law evolve in response? What remains uncertain is how law and legal systems will navigate this transformation. My lecture aimed to offer a brief outlook on the challenges of establishing just legal pathways to sustainability and the role of legal scholarship in rethinking and reshaping law throughout this evolution. Moreover, transformation has both a beginning and an end. What kind of legal system will we need to uphold these values of sustainability once they are fully integrated? If we don't begin future-proofing a law now, when will we? These are aspects we must address as we prepare future research agenda beyond what I just introduced. Finally, sustainability transformation is not a solitary effort, but a collaborative scientific effort. The generation and sharing of knowledge, along with collective problem framing, guide the direction of societal change. A comprehensive approach, integrating legal, scientific, and societal perspectives is crucial for advancing sustainability. In my view, interdisciplinary scholarship within law is equally vital in this process. In my work, I am part of a team that supports bold research ideas and fosters both interdisciplinarity and transdisciplinarity within legal scholarship and beyond. We encourage legal curiosity and methodological innovation. My joint professorship allows me to contribute to this dynamic, forward-thinking and inclusive academic environment where collaboration and creativity are central to our approach. Thank you.